Okay, we are starting out this journey here. I have the designs with me. I'm making Donnie. I'm going to probably be using actual glasses in the cosplay outside of the mask since I can't see anything about them. Yeah, people say it's a very stereotypical thing to have the nerd character with the glasses. I'm sorry. My throat is just fucked up. But as a guy who does machines, works on machines, not does machines, that's disgusting. My eyesight is very bad, but I have this stuff on paper and I'm watching the show to stay on topic. It's the Polish version, and then I have these photos of me. They look kind of like band mug shots. Yeah. So I have something to do the 3D model off of. I don't like so 3D you can sculpting. I prefer modelling. I think it gets me more accurate results. So I have something to do the 3D model off of. I don't like 3D sculpting. I prefer modelling. I think it gets me more accurate results.
I didn't like it very much, so I had to widen the face a little bit like this, and then I didn't really like the face either. So I went with an angry one and also a bit less cartoony. So now it's, what day is it? I think it's the 12th of January, yeah. And I decided that I do like my drawings, so I have it on my computer here. Hello. How I drew him is I added these lines here, horizontal lines, and I drew the side profile based on the lines. So if I had a line here, I would place the nostril, had a line here, place this side of the eye. This so-called tutorial is more of a look at my process and what you can take away from that. It's not exactly a beginner's thing. It's more of like an intermediate to advanced costume maker thing, but yeah.
Always takes a long time to get this stuff started, you know. It's just... You can say hello to the viewers, by the way, if you wanna.
Hello there.
Yeah.
I literally saw you press the recording button and forgot to say hello.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna do the standard here. Delete all of this shit. And now, let's see where I have my assets. I can link the human head model down in the description. It's pretty useful.
Don't worry about it. Like, all default cubes go to heaven. It's okay.
The poor default cube, man. And this, children, is what happens when you don't label your files perfectly. Okay. Assets next on the bed. Huh.
I actually managed to keep my workspace with Blender and art decently organized. The problem is that sometimes I forget that the default folder changed. So now I have like project files in my render folder and like renders in my project files folder, and I just accepted that that's just gonna happen.
Honey. Yeah, I think I'll just copy the file that I already have of a head, and I'll just delete everything that I don't need. I think that's gonna be easier. Copy. Paste. How do I name this? Wow, it's such a big file. You're a big boy, aren't you? Okay. Fucking Rizzatello. I don't know what Riz is. I think it's...
That's a good dog.
Yeah, it's a dog
sculpt. Okay, I'm just gonna delete this. The rest of the stuff was parented to, by the way. Okay, this is the setup we're gonna be using. Man, I'm gonna have to cut a lot of stuff out of here. Jesus. Okay. There's this head I've got that I always start my sculpts out with. And in here, in this filter section, I toggled on the selectability and I turned it off for the head because it's very annoying when I want to click on stuff and it selects by itself. So now I don't have to worry about that. And I'm just gonna throw in the images here. Using Shift A, I'm gonna select an image reference. And from the desktop, I'm gonna pick the image that I want. And I think it's this one. It's image 0244. What an amazing name. Great. Okay. Now I've got this using G, I can move it. Now scale this thing up. But size-wise, seems about right. We'll see if this is... Oh, I clicked H and I hit the thing. That's not what I wanted to do. Eye placement-wise, seems about right. So, yeah, I'm just gonna duplicate this object, which I keep, duplicate object, left click, rotate Z about 90 degrees. And this is how I get them perfectly lined up. So I don't have to worry about it being off scale or anything. And I'm just gonna move it back a little bit on the y-axis so I can just tell what the heck is going on. Also, the beard of this poor man. I don't know if it's perfectly matched up, but that's okay because it's just a reference. And it's just to get the base shapes down and the rest is history. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, this is not selectable, and I'm just gonna add a surprise, a plane, not a cube. And I'm gonna rotate it on the X 90 degrees again, so it stands up like that. First thing in modeling, take it, cut it in half like this, and delete these. Yep. Vertices. Cool. And go back to layout because modifiers don't work that way. And we need a modifier for this. And the first thing, the first modifier is going to be a mirror modifier. And I'm going to turn on clipping because with clipping, when I move this, it moves like that. But if I turn clipping off, it does this. And I don't really like that. You can turn it on and off if there's some sort of thing that needs to split open right in the middle, then that's when I do it. But generally, don't really use it.
Mirror. One thing I've seen other people do is that if they have clipping enabled, they make the merge limit a bit higher. Then they can drag the points around as they want, but they will clip together if they're near the axis. That's another way of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that. The stuff I do is kind of precise and sometimes small, so I just don't bother and I just turn it on and off as I wish.
Yeah. It's about what scale you're working with, of course.
Yeah, but that is a good tip, see? It's good to have them. Also, a helpful thing is Z, and you can quickly toggle between wireframe, solid, or rendered. I like starting out working with wireframe, or click this, and it's kind of transparent, and you can sort of see what's going on. Okay, so now I'm going to also, when you have modeling turned on, you can only work on the object you have selected in layout. Just saying. All right. It's generally easier to start working out the profile first. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to grab these, move them up to about here. And then I need to have wireframe turned on. Because if I were to select this without wireframe, let me show you. I select this, and then this just doesn't move, and I want both of these to move at the same time, so I can line them up with the outline of the object. And I'm just going to move it up and extrude it, move it again, extrude it, move it again, until I have, a rough outline of it. I'm going to ignore this. Yep, this is the outline. I'm going to ignore this eyebrow for now because it's going to be popping out like that, so I'm not going to think about the line in the middle. That's something I'm going to be doing with detailing later. So right now I'm just going to pretend he has like a thick ass forehead. Alright. And then the lip, which I just like having here, because if it's a separate material, I also like to have separate geometry for it. And then right down until here, and we'll see how this works. So as you can see, Donnie's face is not nearly this wide, thankfully for him. So I'm just gonna move it back, G and X, and just gonna scale this boy down like this a little bit. This point seems reasonable for me because it lines up with the eyebrow, but also doesn't add too much geometry, because we want this to be about as vague as your mother when she's telling you what you did wrong and you have no idea what you did wrong.
It's the vague promise of a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, it is the vague promise of a Ninja Turtle. The turtle was a lie the whole time. Now, what I'm going to do is extrude these points around his face and just try and make a dude out of it. Because right now it's just going to be very blocky, and then I'm going to move stuff around until it just sort of works. So we extrude all of this. Yes, ladies, gentlemen, and shredders. All of this needs to be extruded, thrown in here, and it's going to be square. Just like to scale this stuff down. It's going to be really square, but this is his forehead, and then extrude it a bit more. Maybe not Shredder, maybe Krang. Krang's an alien brain. So,
is that the thing that's in someone's chest? Or is that someone else I'm thinking of?
The pink one that always goes, Shredder, you idiot! You are ruining my plans.
I swear he used to sit in some guy's chest or something, like a robot body.
It was some sort of droid he built, because he's a space brain, so he can't really move around normally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I grew up with the really old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because that was just what we had, even though already by then it was severely outdated. So, that's like the jank.
I get it though, because that's also what I grew up with, so I can feel it. I'm showing it to my brother, and he likes it. It's he says it's kind of cringe, but okay,
It's charming. It's just an unwillingly charming show.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the I think it was the season finale, the one with the crystals on the ground, making people into those monster thingies, or the reverse of that. That one really stuck with me. That was really, I feel like a really interesting concept.
Yeah, I haven't seen all of the episodes just yet, but
fake fan.
Yeah, I'm a fake fan. I'm just an air conditioner. I'm sorry, guys.
What a humble air conditioner.
Okay, I'm trying to line these up with each other. By the way, this line here is just from the other picture. This is not like an edge or anything, but I'm lining these up with each other, so if I want to connect them back up again when I'm doing the eyes, I can. I mean, I don't have to, but I can if I want to. The eyes are also a great place to hide all sorts of weird loops if you're doing this for animation, but I'm not, so I can have all sorts of weird geometry and I don't have to give a shit because I'm going to print it out. I don't need to use any animation bullshit like you do, my brother. Haha. You have a poor thing. Okay, sorry for shitting on you for a second there. I'm just gonna... How's Amanda doing, by the way?
I haven't done much with her. Honestly, the whole end of 2022 has been very little creative work, which, bumps me out a bit, but yeah, getting back into it.
Yeah. Oh, alright. Yeah, I can merge these back up together, I think. I don't have to, but I can. I think I will merge vertices at center probably, and I'm just going to move it up here. So I've got some sort of...
Try changing camera angle real quick, just to make sure.
Yeah, it looks like this for now.
Okay. Like just occasionally just making sure that something doesn't accidentally have set its one of its values to 0 or something.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I can just delete it and just re-add one vertex, so it's alright. Oh, okie dokie, okay. What the hell kind of Mario? Possessed by Mario at 3 a.m. challenge? Is that a challenge?
Sexual.
Have you... this heavily reminds me of the Mario having sex with Sonic GIF, the animation.
That's a thing. Of course, I know that's a thing, but I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen it? How's that possible?
I don't know. I don't look up Sonic X Mario porn that often.
Bro, how dare you?
It's like a fine whiskey. I only bust it out when there's something to celebrate.
Oh my god. Yeah, when I was a kid... Okay, I'm going to cut this out here. I'm using F to fill this out, and then now time skip, story time, just for you. This here, because it annoys me a lot. Okay. This like that. It's fine because this is just like you said, a vague promise of a Ninja Turtle because his face here is asymmetrical. Oopsies. You know what you gonna do? Okay. Turn these off. Solid view, and now it's time to get scared. We move this, now it looks normal. Now you move it, and it looks like fucking this. What happened? So, first thing you need to do, my brother, is to move all of this shit a bit back. Just select all of these.
If remember to enable X-ray if you're going to.
Yeah,
yeah,
I could, but at the normal. Yeah, Z wireframe again.
Wait, do you not have the expanded? I don't think you do. Let me open up my own straight up. It's like a setting that really should be on by default, but isn't for some reason.
Huh.
Let me check. Yeah. Check here. It should be in. Boom. Interface. We should overlap tooltip menus. Where is it? Where is it?
Gonna move this.
Yeah, okay, so go to, just real quick, edit, and then preferences.
Alright.
And then there is key map, I think it's called, when it decides to show up for a little party here. There we go. Key map.
Okay.
And then there is extra shading pie menu items. Just check that.
Okay.
And just, I forgot, I don't think you need to save that option change. Just scroll down to be sure. No, it should be fine.
There's nothing here.
It should be fine. And then click X. Then hold down set. Ooh, now there's X-ray and toggle overlays.
Damn!
Yeah.
That. Fucking bravo for this guy. Jesus. You should be filming this shit, not me. Okay, this, I'm just gonna make this spectacle.
We can both be super cool Blender teachers.
We can both be pro Fortnite gamers.
Yeah.
YX. There you go. I'm just gonna. Okay, location, and then on the X, I'm just gonna make it 0. And it should stay right in the smack middle of it. Make you deselectable because I don't need you right now. I'm just gonna move this stuff back about as far as I think it needs to be. Which I know it looks weird right now. Don't worry about it. It's gonna get better, I promise. No. Don't cry just yet. That's scheduled on Sundays. Right, do you say scheduled or scheduled?
I say schedule. Schedule. Well, mostly because CH is an S or a K sound, and when it's both an S and a CH, it feels redundant, so I just kind of treat it as a K, not as an S. Yeah. I know some people prefer saying maths as well over math, and I get that it's because it's a shorthand of mathematics, but for me, math is like as a subject is a singular, so saying maths to me sounds weird.
Perhaps right. I don't know because I say maths. I'm. Yeah, is that sort of yeah, I'm British. How do you know, sort of thing. I think that's.
The thing is, I can't even do a British accent because like it just always devolves into Australian. I don't know why.
I now I can do a British accent because I have one.
Yeah.
It's the bloody government that's always a problem, You're riding on the bus, yeah.
I just have like the European accent where just you can't tell where I'm from, but I'm just like because it's just a mishmash of different dialects and accents.
Yeah.
And some could probably tell. Like if people know enough Danish people, they can probably tell where I'm from. I've had that happen.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you. I mean, I know what you sound like, but I don't know what sort of accent you sound like. It's just you, kind of.
One way I kind of think of it sometimes is that we kind of use our whole mouth consistently. But I don't think that makes sense. I think that's just a weird little like emotion, I guess.
Yeah, I think, bruv, I don't know. I have no idea what we're talking about right now. I'm sorry. You mean using our mouth?
No, it's like I don't really know how to put it. I just there's like a very distinct way Danish people speak. And I don't really know how to define it. I think that's my issue. You just when you know. If you don't know, you don't know. Like with a lot of accents.
Yeah, I guess so. With Polish people, it's usually R because in English you have R, and in Poland you have R. So
yeah.
No, not that sort of. R. Yeah, so I think that's usually how people tell. Also, the S. S is kind in the British accent. It's very sh, but in Poland it's. Yeah. My mum is very particular about our accents at home, so she just, tortures us with this shit. I don't mind though, because at least I don't say F instead of the th anymore. At least I try not to, because if I were to say thorough instead of thorough, my mum would beat the shit out of me. I still can't really tell the difference though.
Thorough?
Thorough, thorough, or
yeah.
Thorough.
It's like the tongue placement.
Yeah, when you say th, you bite your lip. When you say th, you sort of put
bite your tongue.
Th. Yeah, it's just a Cockney accent. Unfortunately, it's got like it's clutch on me. Also, I deleted the lip because it was a bit too much detail for what I'm trying to do right now. So
yeah, from what I see, usually people either cut and like separate or just separate at some point. It also depends on, are you going to sculpt it with like no expression, the expression he has, or are you going to try and give it like basic face morphing?
I think what I'm going to do is just give it the the overall shape, and then finally, when I'm satisfied, I'm going to just apply the mirror modifier and then add the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's the only thing that's non-symmetrical here. I'm also probably going to change up the eyes just a little bit, because when they are super symmetrical, it's kind of uncanny.
Yeah.
The only problem with these 3D printed cosplays is that when they are too symmetrical, it's creepy because it's organic. So that's not
Exactly. Organics are just generally uneven.
Yeah. Oh my god. I fucking hate this model in wireframe. Terrible. Yeah. Alright. So we can turn this off now, and we have this weird little turtle face, and it actually looks alright. It's not great, but it kind of looks, kind of looks fine. This.
I think it works.
Yeah. It works fine. Yeah. I'm just gonna. There's some weird geometry that needs to be fixed here. I use the dot on the number pad to just move around. And I'm going to merge these vertices or vertexes. What you call them, whatever. Both is fine. It's it's not that deep, bro. I've seen people get really mad about this shit. Surprisingly enough,
Yeah.
Oops. Shift V is edge slide. I'm just gonna slide this boy up a little bit so it's a bit more square. And I'm gonna add a cut here so the geometry is a bit more normal. And now I see the problem. Now I see why that loose vertex was there. This was the issue the whole time, I think. Maybe. What the fuck is going on? You know what? Just need to.
I mean, it is like a quad. So
Yeah, but it looks very weird. I think I'm going to do this.
yeah, I'm kind of not the only one who does that actually. Like, even though it's like a quad and it looks like a triangle, I kind of need it to not be a triangle if it's not technically one.
Yeah, but that's also, it's just better because then the computer can sort of compute better.
Yeah.
The computers be computing,
Man, I had the thing with the fucking Amanda model. I accidentally made a 5-point shape somewhere, and it was just. I think it was one of the few times I just took the L. Like, I just accepted that topology was just going to be bad in that area because I had to change so much.
Yeah, sometimes when the topology is super bad, I just redo it. With that dog model that you saw, that was the third time I tried making it. Usually I'm satisfied, but sometimes if I want something to be super perfect, I just make it and then I delete it and then I make it again, even if I like it. And usually the second time looks way better, is what I find.
Yeah, you can help to kind of know, have the experience of the previous result.
Yeah, some may call it counterproductive. I call it perfectionism. This is just... Yeah, the dear audience members, this one's to you this time. The easiest way to get a round shape is to just look at the flow here. And if it's like this, then it's probably nice and rounded here as well. The edges need to be pretty nice curves for it to look organic. With hard surface modeling, you usually want strict angles like 90 or 45 or 30. Here it's curves. That's why people also like modeling in Maya with just curve shaping first and then connecting the curves. I don't like that because Maya is paid. It's a paid program and I don't have money. But
Open source gang.
yeah, but yeah, curves. That's why I'm gonna move this around until it seems nice and somewhat curved out here. This, I don't think it's in the right place. Like that. And yeah, it looks about alright. From the side as well. Just take a look here. This is a bit jagged, so I'm gonna just move that. What the fuck was that? Move that back a little. Using the guides because I don't want to fuck up what I have in the front. Because I sort of like it, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it looks quite nice.
Yeah, right. And it's a very quick method as well. That's the biggest reason why I like it is it's quick and also it works great for EVA foam if you want to print it out and then make an EVA foam thing out of it and then sculpt on top of that. It's great for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can use the UV tool, which I'm also going to show you in a second how to do that to cut up the model. But right now, that's not what we're focusing on. And I need more edges around the eyes because this is not enough. So I'm just going to add these two. And right now, I'm not going to worry about these loops. I think they should be fine. If I need to connect anything, like I said, eyes are a great place to hide weird tries and glue topology. But right here, this needs to go. You need to go down, or rather to the side, like that. This probably need to move this back a little bit as well. Just so the eye is a bit more visible. And then I can try and move this around, which I'm going to do it like this from the side, and then I'm just gonna check it from the front and move it from the front, and then move it from the side again. And this is how we do it here. That's my whole workflow. This looks weird. I mean, I know it's fine, but it looks very weird. But okay. And now, first thing, yeah, looks about right. Just move this up a little. I want it to go right to the eye white, not the black around it, because yes. Okay. This. Like a Transformers thing, to be honest. Isn't it? Kinda. Okay. And from the side again. Move. Just back it up a little. It's good to have vision on the side as well with these masks because people can come up to you and grab you by the head. It's never nice, but they do that.
I keep hearing about people who are oddly touchy with cosplayers, and it just doesn't compute for me because I would be super scared to break or like dent or mark anything.
The thing is, people don't think of you as a person when you're in costume. They think of you as the character.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So they aren't very respectful, fortunately. I've had people come up to me when I was in fursuit, and they would grab me by the head and be like, "Oh, you're so cute," and I can't deal with that. I hate getting grabbed by the head. It just gives me a goddamn brain seizure. So, maybe don't do that shit. But yeah, people just,
Yeah, I guess it's the same issue with like people who worked as mascots or like in like theme parks or events or whatever. They actually like experience inappropriate touching quite often. I assume for the same kind of reason that it's not some guy in a costume. It's Gaston. I should crap his crush. It's like, no, you shouldn't. It's a guy.
I don't know what's wrong with people, to be honest. they kind of fucked up in their head sometimes.
Don't worry. Psychologists are trying to figure that out.
I don't know if they can. I don't. Doubt it. Doubt it.
Lost the first two.
Electric Boogaloo. Fuck them people who be touching you in costume, man.
I feel like if you ever need to.
What?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, if ever needs to cosplay, I might just wuss out and cosplay like Bob Wilsep or something.
How about? You can cosplay anything, and people will be weird about it. People are having crushes on Jeffrey Dahmer out here on the internet.
Yeah, but that's a real guy, though. That's like an actual murderer.
Yeah. And people save the children, bro. Think of the kids. What's going on?
I don't know. I don't think it's just. I don't think I'd be comfortable with that to Jeffrey Dahmer specifically.
Nah. Ew. I don't know. I just the crime investigation fan people are a bit weird. Gotta be honest with you on this one.
The true crime crowd, yeah.
The true crime, exactly. That's what it's called. True crime. It's a true crime to be a fan of that shit. Okay. Move this just a tad to the front. I'm gonna just check ahead with the top view as well. Because, I just want. Yeah, top view, bottom view looking kind of weird. If you press 7 and then you press 9, it sort of shows you like the opposite direction. So if you were at the front, if you press 9, you're at the back now. I like doing that because it sort of works for me. Pressing the wrong thing, pardon my dumbass. Just these. The bottom of these are always getting a bit neglected, which is a shame because people do look up sometimes. Unfortunately, and you need to make sure that looks nice as well. And yeah, if you're looking down, this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to just switch into fucking X-ray off, maybe material preview, material girl. Yeah, that's going to
If you're still in edit mode, you can see the topology. So if
yeah, I'm just gonna go into layout real quick.
it looks very promising so far, I feel.
Yeah, exactly. It looks all right. This is a bit this part here. It stands out to me, kinda. I think there's something wrong with it, but I can't quite put my nose on it. So I'm just gonna check around here. Maybe it's not far out enough, I think. Maybe this is a bit better. If you look at a normal turtle, it looks nothing like this. So it's
the stylization is key with this kind of thing. Like what?
Yeah. Also, this drawing is weird because he doesn't have his mask on, and we are so used to the mask that they just look like.
Yeah, the style is like designed around it.
Yeah. That's why he just needs the mask. Mask off, bro. Mask on. Shut up. What was his name? Legend. The song. The guy who made the song Mask Off. I don't know. It's a rapper and it's American, so I just know. Okay. Side view. Looks about right. Let me just. Bro, what the fuck is this shit? Because it's. Yeah. This one goes out a bit too far out. This. Yeah. He has the leafy chin, no chin, just nothing. It's gone. But it's okay because from the front, it's lined up. Because I didn't make the reference perfect. And that's okay, no one's perfect. But looks about alright. So yeah, tis the basics. And now I think we can move on to the UV parts of things, of the modeling process. So I'm just gonna hide these. I'm gonna do UV editing. I'm also gonna just check how big this thing is. I think it's in these dimensions, yeah. It's Z is 1.13 meters, so it's not accurate to what I look like. Usually, I would scale this thing down to fit the exact size of my head, but I didn't do that, and that's alright, because you can just, print it out sort of by eye and then just check if it fits. We don't need this anymore, by the way. This is just to check if you can see out of it. And obviously you can. You need to have the eyes somewhere along where his eyes are. Also, you can move the mask back into the front, so it's not cutting into your eyeball. That's okay. You can pad it out. So now I'm not going to scale it down because you can do that. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be 3D printing. I think because I'm a fancy girl.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But now I can just take this. Obviously, if you just select everything and then you click unwrap, where I don't even know what. Yeah, click here. It looks okay, but you need more cuts. Obviously, you need more cuts to for this to look like a mask. And also, I'm just gonna rotate it so you can tell what this is because upside down. Nah, but as you can see, it's the size of his face, and it looks somewhat accurate. But we need more cuts, and where are we going to make these cuts? Along these edges, probably. Duh. How to do that is you take this. I'm just going to click Alt, click on this edge, and then I'm gonna do edge and mark seam. And then if I select this again and I click on wrap, you can see that it's cut here. Obviously, you need to mark a lot more seams for this to work. Also, you can click 2 for it to go to edge select mode. And I just do it like this. There's definitely a shortcut. There's got to be, but I don't know it. So
which section specifically?
To mark seam. If you click M, you can mark. Yeah, you can also left click and mark a seam. But
what's the hotkey for the edge menu? Then it would be that and then M.
yeah, it's just left click and M.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah. Alt this left click M, and that's all you gotta do.
Oh, it's a Control E and then M, I think.
Control E. Okay.
And then M. Yeah.
And all right. Yeah, left works too. I keep just messing up these keys. But yeah, I'm just gonna select all of this. Or I could just do it as a separate panel. I don't really know how it's going to be better. But select these. This needs to be separate. Shift Alt also. Not these. Select everything and then unwrap. And it looks like that. So obviously we have some stuff cutting into each other here. Yeah, there's one edge that's gone rogue. It doesn't recognize it as part of this loop I selected. Okay, click on wrap. And there you go. You've got your pattern. You can then export this. If you click UV, you can export UV layout. If it lets me click it, please. And yeah, you can export it as a PNG, or even better, there's this fun little add-on called Paper, and I'm pretty sure you can just enable it in Blender itself, in the add-ons menu somewhere. I think it's in preferences, and then it's on add-ons, and you can just search Paper and it should work. Import, export paper model. I'm not sure if I downloaded it, but yeah. I think I did. But yeah, export paper model. This model contains 39 twisted polygons. Blah. Yeah, you need to triangulate this shit first. I keep forgetting.
That's likely not too difficult when you have quads.
Yeah. It's it's triangle.
It tries to quads. Yeah.
And then export paper model. Yeah. PDF page size A4. Yeah. Scale 1 out of 6. So you can just export this, and if you want to make a EVA foam thing, I would recommend first gluing the paper together, seeing if it fits. If it fits, then just print out another one or trace it again onto paper, and then just cut out the EVA foam. That's it. You also can click off, because if you create tabs, it makes these little like I forgot the word. What is it? Well, tabs. It makes tabs for gluing the paper together. And you can also click off create numbers, so it doesn't number the pieces. Doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm just gonna not do that, and instead, I'm gonna de-triangulate this so I can have it as is. Also, I'm gonna select everything and then just in the edge, clear seam, and then I'm gonna just keep working on it. When I was a kid, when the TV was on, I used to close the door to my grandmother's living room, and when there was Total Drama Island on, I would jack off to the goth girl, Gwen. I think her name was.
Yeah, no, she awoke something in a lot of people. Like, I'm surprised, honestly. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I didn't ever think of that show as a lewd compatible thing. But then I saw people do it, and I was like, oh, actually, yeah, it's entirely compatible with that.
It really is. There was this one episode where the one girl was a bitch. Dude straight up just ripped her shirt off, and she had her tits out in the episode. It was censored, but she did.
And you were never the same ever again.
No, I was not.
I mean, I feel like I'm very much in glass house because I have the weirdest fictional crushes. I just gave up on trying to explain any of them.
Nah,
Yeah.
you know.
It is what it is.
April O'Neil got 10-year-old me fucking wild and
I think what solidified me as at least a gay furry somewhat is probably the regular show. I straight up I think I was young. I was really young, but that was like there's a heartthrob. I remember I didn't really draw back then, but one of the few things I drew was fucking Mordecai.
Yeah, I was more of a Margaret person myself, but that's just, Mordecai, yeah. I'm pretty sure he's a self-insert of the author.
Yeah, no, the first season and true he is. Then slowly just becomes like, his own thing.
Yeah, yeah. Regular show was a very weird thing, but I did like it. Personally, my favorite person was Muscle Man.
Oh, I love Muscle Man and High Five Ghost. There's not enough of High Five Ghost. I know he's not that much on his own, but
he's a sweetheart.
He's a little sweetheart and kind of a voice of reason, but also he's with Muscle Man, so he's kind of like that friend that is usually quite, reasonable and level-headed, but he has a friend that just makes him join out to whatever chaotic shit they're doing.
Yeah, that's my friends and I. I am the Muscle Man of the friend group.
It's a good title.
All right. Story time over.